Morning in for Shane Norling. Here's Jack McGrath.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Doing
Awesome,
very
man.
well. We see this breaking news, by the way, Jack. I know you see this on the screen, too.
I do.
Donovan Mitchell agrees to a 3-year, $150.3 max contract with the Cavs. Oh, just when you thought Mitchell will go someplace else, Cap, to increase his chances to win a championship, he stays with Cleveland.
Yep, they said it's the precursor to, as he goes through this extension, to getting a $300 and whatever million deal down the road. So he's locked in probably for the rest of his, I would say at least his productive years in the NBA, he will be a Cav.
I'd be the first to say, boy, I'd love to see Donovan Mitchell in a Bulls uniform, but it'd be the same situation. They wouldn't know how to build around a Donovan Mitchell. So as much as it'd be cool for him to be in a Bulls uniform, the Cavs are still better than the Bulls at this point in time.
Yes, they are significantly.
Well, let's lead it off with that. Shot or no shot, Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on a championship team. Because I don't think so. I don't think he's the guy to build around.
No, but he's a really good number 2.
Yeah, it's a no shot. And this is, again, where Mitchell did a nice job with the Jazz. He's been solid when healthy with the Cavs. But, again, look how the Knicks are built. Look how the Boston Celtics are. Indiana. I mean, they have the pieces to be able to contend. Cleveland, it's going to be – they're like 4th best, maybe 5th best in the East. But Mitchell would have to be paired with someone else more talented than him to be able to excel with the Cavs, I think. Go ahead, Jack.
All right, so let's go back 6 months ago in our minds, and Craig Counsell just signed with the Cubs. Everybody was high on Craig Counsell, and Matt Eberflus was on the hot seat. Well, I mean, narratives have changed since then, and I'll give you shot or no shot at this point. Matt Eberflus outlasts Craig Counsell in Chicago. He's here longer than Craig Counsell is.
Oh, God. Craig Counsell has 4 more years left. Eberflus has this year and then 1 more on his contract. Oh, boy.
Eberflus, he outlasts Counsell.
Well, I
Right,
mean, coaches are jobs where you get even Bill Belichick at some point had to go from the Patriots. Coaching is a job unless you're a Nick Saban or a legend or a Coach K. Coaching's a job where you know you're going to get fired or let go eventually.
That's a hell of a question right there.
That is a hell of a question. I'm going to say just because there's so much turnover, there's no shot that he outlasts Counsell. Counsell, yes, they're having a bad year, but he is an accomplished major league manager with a great record of success in year 1 of a 5-year deal. I'm going to say there's no shot.
It's a no shot, but then again, you know up front how I feel about Eberflus. But Here's the thing. I'm rooting for the team. I just think that I wish they had a coach with a little bit more seasoning. Now, Eberflus might win along with the Bears. They might win in spite of the Bears. As far as the X's and O's, like, all right, coach messed up, but you know what? We're the elixir to fix the issues with Eberflus as far as his game management and certain things that he does as a coach. I say it's a no shot.
For me, it's a shot. I think definitely. Eberflus, they make the playoffs this year, or at least there's improvement this year. Let's say the Bears win 9 games this year, and then next year they make the playoffs. He buys himself at least 1 more, if not 2 years after that, if he shows consistent improvement. Counsell, if he doesn't win this year, they try to compete next year, doesn't win next year, then in year 3 you start to ask questions about it, I would think, about his job security.
I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't know what the Cubs look like in a couple of years. You ever have a $230 million payroll. And so I just feel like the Cubs will find a way to get this turned. I know that they might take a step back, but I kind of feel like Counsell is going to be here. It's a 4-year deal or 5 for Counsell, is it?
5 years.
It is a 5-year, $40 million deal.
He'll serve the most of that, Cap, for that money.
Yes.
They're not eating all that.
No.
This ain't Monty Williams in the dugout.
And they have too much talent in their minor leagues. They'll get this thing turned around. They will.
So we already talked about how the Cubs have a very difficult schedule before the All-Star break. Ooh. The Brewers, on the other hand, their schedule is quite easy going into the All-Star break. They get 3 against the Rockies, who we saw couldn't even beat the White Sox, so they're on the bottom end of the spectrum. They have a couple against the Dodgers, which is tougher, but then they get the Pirates and the Nationals. given the fact that the Brewers have an easier schedule, Cubs have a harder schedule, and they're already 11 games back. Shot or no shot by the All-Star break, the Cubs could be 15 games back of the division.
That's a shot.
Oh, that's a shot.
That's a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so the Rockies are as bad as the White Sox. I knew that coming into the season, Jack. They just don't have enough pitching. Chris Bryant's hurt, and then Water's wet. And then you have the Dodgers. Okay, difficult. That's a tough spot against the Dodgers. Pittsburgh, scrappy. They will see Skeens in that series. And then there's Washington to round out the first half of the season. So, yeah, that's a shot. Only because, Cap, and it's not saying that the Angels are just some pushover. I'm just saying that the Cubs have to find a way to start hitting now. Hitting, running the bases, all the stuff we talked about in spring training. The Cubs need to go back to square one and just take care of the little things. That's what sucks. A lot of teams go through slumps offensively. But when you have nothing in the back of the bullpen, and then on top of that, you're struggling with the fundamentals, running bases, not feeling your position, don't know how to execute a rundown, no. That's bad right there. Bad baseball.
It is so beyond disappointing to where this thing is from where it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a podcast yesterday. We're talking. They were 8 games under 500, and all of a sudden, I mean, it should be 8 games over 500, and now you're this.
Talking about 15 games back.
Brutal.
Crazy. All right.
That's a shot.
Moving on, Jason Tatum, 5-year deal, runs through the 2030 season. So that still feels like a long way away. We're only in 2024, still 6 years out. But I'll say this, shot or no shot, the Bulls won't win a playoff series before Jason Tatum's extension is up, before 2030. Shot or no shot?
No.
No shot.
No shot. They will win a series, yes.
Yes.
In 2029.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I mean, and the Tatum deal, Cap. I mean, so here's the bearded producer we have in here, the executive producer, or one of them here, Shay Norling, talking about Jaylen Brown, and wasn't a fan of Jaylen Brown, couldn't dribble with his left hand. Somehow, some way, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum work together to win a championship, and they are making money hand over fist, both of them. Huge money.
Insane money.
And their ownership says, "No, we're going to sell now." You got to love that, right? Like, we are going to hit the cash out button because we won a championship. And here's the other great thing. They pay Tatum and Brown through the nose, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay it. Someone's got to pay it, but it's not us.
They're just cashing in, getting their money.
There's billions over the tax just to win a championship. It's awesome. Cash out.
Cash out. See you later. Thanks for coming.
Sir, would you like another hand? No, I'm good. Take that. You walked away from the table, Cap. He's like, okay, that's enough. I'll cut my losses here.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I just, I believe that the Bulls will be under different management, and they will win a playoff series.
When you say different management, explain.
A new GM and president of basketball operations.
Oh, wow. They just extended Eversley by 3 years. I do not believe they'll be under different management.
Well, if they're under different management, how long does that management's rebuild take? Because we're talking, let's say 5-year timeline. Let's say 5 years. AK gets at least this year, and then you're talking about a 4-year rebuild, which would make sense. But let's say AK would have to basically be out after this year then, because 3 years is quick to turn it around.
And Eversley, they're not. What in Jerry's past and in Michael Reinsdorf's past indicates to you two gentlemen that they're going to move on, buy these guys out? No shot.
I have a 5-year window. What do you got? I got a 5-year window. If it's 3 years, I still feel like the Bulls can make the playoffs under new management after that deal's over.
I didn't say make the playoffs. I said win a playoff series.
Oh, yeah. That's a shot. But I'm pushing it all the way to the end, Jack.
Yeah, I just think Arturis and Eversley will still be here.
In 29?
Yes.
If they're still there in 29, I'm off the show. Take that.
Don't you dare.
How about that, Cap? If Eversley and Karnisovas is still in place in 2029, so long, everybody. Gone.
No shot.
It's the Kap and J show. Hoodies in retirement. Take that.
That's that, Shay.
Yeah, I'll be gone, Cap. I'll be going where the old timers. I'll just go do a nice weekend show, a nice little Saturday morning show. or a Sunday morning show. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chapel. That's what I'll be doing.
Maybe you could do crosstalk with Chauncey.
Maybe so. I'll do that. Absolutely. Jack will produce me, and we will do a nice little comfortable
There's your future, Jack.
2
Get
hours.
excited.
A nice,
Oh, boy.
a nice 2 hour show with an almost 60-year-old
Sunday
Cap.
morning chapel from the South Side with Jonathan Hood.
How about that,
Executive
Cap?
producer
Sounds
Jack
great.
McGrath. Maybe we can get Jay Moore to do the audio for that.
Jay Moore will take care of me. Absolutely. All right, we're going to do do you have one more? Can you sneak in one more?
I can sneak in one more,
Okay.
I'd say. Let's say, apparently Arlington Heights is back in play. Daily Herald reported that Arlington Heights is making another pitch to the Bears, and there's more chatter around Arlington Heights again. Just a quick one, shot or no shot. Bears wind up in Arlington Heights after all of this.
That's a
Shot.
You read that?
Absolute shot. I believed it the whole time. I've never believed they're going to the city. It makes no sense. No tailgating. Yes, it would be a nice stadium, but it doesn't solve a lot of the other issues. That long walk you have to make over. Come on now. What are we doing? Get to where you can build paradise.
Yeah, that's a shot, Cap. Again, for those that just parachute into the city and not know the inner workings of the politics in this city, and boy, there's a lot of them, it was a nice little dramatic look at what the Bears could look like with a fresh stadium around the Soldier Field, grounds in that area. But that doesn't solve the issues. You want something comfortable for the fan. And I think that what they laid out at Paradise, all the little shops and stores, the whole mall, and, of course, the beautiful new stadium, that's what's needed. It's too bad it's not going to happen in Chicago. But I read what you sent, Jack. It's going to happen in Arlington Heights because that's where the space is. That's where the Bears should be. I don't think there's any question. And again, Cap and I are Chicagoans. We love the idea of the Bears being in Chicago. But with politics, if there's no room, where else are you going to go?
Yeah, no question.
It's too bad, but that's the way it is in this city.
The quote from the mayor said a lot. We've worked very hard to come to an agreement with the school districts that I think the Bears can be comfortable with, and that's been communicated to the Bears, and that's what we're discussing now. Mayor Tom Hayes told the Daily Herald. So I feel very comfortable that should the Bears re-engage with us and continue to explore the Arlington Park site, that the road is going to be much easier than we found in past months.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes.
Chicago, the city that works.
Occasionally.
Right. Albert Breer we're gonna move him up, and we're gonna talk to him next about some of the storylines around the NFL. Then we will do around the NFL at 8:35. So Albert's next on Kap and J.